A good morrow to this fair assembly, my TJ scholars, and welcome to a beautiful, albeit slightly chilly Sunday morning, friends. So you can tell those buildings behind me, those are not Thomas Jefferson Elementary, so another episode of Where is Mr. Swanson awaits. More on that in a bit. So a couple things today, guys. First of all, the first announcement that I have today actually is kind of connected even to Where is Mr. Swanson. When you get to school on Tuesday, if you get a chance, check out our lobby. Our lobby is going to contain this traveling exhibit on the women's suffrage movement. That is like the women's movement to gain the right to vote, which they did gain in the 20th century. And so check that out, guys. There's going to be exhibit. It's going to be in all the Falls Church schools, but we have it for a couple days this coming week, so check that out. We are very proud of that. Now, we also, friends, have some information about some upcoming dates. And we're not going to spend too much time talking about this, but just to make sure that everybody is aware of some of the things that are coming up. So first of all, guys, you all have any number of days off coming up. So let's start with the first one. Not this coming Friday, but the Friday after that, that is March the 26th. That's not exactly a day off, but you're not going to be here at school. That is what we are calling a self-guided day, okay? A self-guided day. And what will happen on that Friday, your teachers will tell you all about it. You will start with a morning meeting, then you're going to have really a full day of work, right? So independent work. And then you'll end the day with another meeting with your teacher, so like an afternoon meeting. So that's coming up on Friday the 26th. Then on Monday the 29th of March through Friday, April the 2nd, as if you needed a reminder. Come on now. It's spring break. It is spring break, which will be most awesome. Then on Monday, April the 5th, Monday, that is a teacher work day. So I want you to understand on that day, guys, Monday, April 5th, you all have no work at all. That's a holiday for you. So enjoy. One more day of spring break. Then Tuesday, April 6th, big day. The big day, my friends, because that is the day that everybody who wants to comes back full day. So we have that coming up. Now, I think, actually, guys, I think that's it. So, yeah, you guys have some breaks coming up. Much to look forward to. All right, so that is it for our announcements. Let us now turn our attention to Where is Mr. Swanson? And just like always, we start with Where was Mr. Swanson? Now, Where was Mr. Swanson is also accompanied by an amazingly cool story about one of our staff members. I was at last week, guys. Some of you, I think Miss Cowa's class, for instance, they were able to figure out that I was at Arlington National Cemetery, but we were looking for a place a little bit more specific than that. Yeah, I was at Arlington Cemetery. I was. But the place that we were looking at, remember I said that it has something to do with Women's History Month, which we continue to celebrate. I was at a monument called the Women, or well, let me see here, it is the Women in Military Service for America Memorial. So it's a mouthful, but it's an important memorial, guys, because it celebrates all the contributions that women have made to our armed forces. And even today, guys, even today, it's important to remember, we have women who fly fighter jets. We have women that are in the Army Rangers. So women, they contribute to all parts of American society, including the military. Now, here's the really cool part about this. Remember, so I was at the Women in Military Service for America Memorial. Here's the amazing part. Guys, we have a staff member, actually a long-term substitute teacher in Mrs. Fleischer's class. Her name is Mrs. Caswell. Guys, she was in the military. She is a retired chaplain in the military. And check this out. Not only has she performed services at that memorial, but her picture is even inside that memorial. So one of our staff members has a picture at this memorial in Arlington Cemetery. Amazing. So, Mrs. Caswell, what an honor it is to have you here at our school. Thank you so much for sharing that story with me. So now the whole school knows it, Miss Caswell. All right, so we had several people that knew this. So Miss McCann's class was able to figure out where I was. Mrs. Lauer and Miss Sheldon, they were able to figure out where I was. Mrs. Hughes' class did. Miss Dubois' class, Miss Hicks, and way to go, Miss Schmuller's class. Mrs. Schmuller's class, actually, they had to do a little bit of research, but they dug into it and they found out where I was at. Nicely done. And then Mrs. Allen's class, they had a student in that class who knew that I was at Arlington Cemetery. So nicely done, Mrs. Allison, or Mrs. Allen's class. All right, now, today, the place that I am at, do you see that awning just over my shoulder right there? Right there. That is the place that I am at today. I don't want to get too close because it has the name of it on the window, and so that would sort of ruin the surprise for you. So a couple things. You guys can see that there's a lot of buildings around me, and so that probably gives you a hint. I am in downtown Washington, D.C. That's one. Downtown Washington, D.C. Now, let's take a look. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a big spire back there. There's a church. That is the New York Avenue Presbyterian Church, right there, okay? And then about a half mile that way is the White House, okay? So that gives you a general idea of where I'm at. Now, here is another hint, and this one perhaps is sort of the best hint, okay? I read an article the other day, and I don't know the exact numbers, but it's something like this, that somebody did some research, and they discovered of all the art museums, like in America, in the last 5 years, the acquisitions that they had received, acquisitions meaning things that they had gotten, the artistic works that they had gotten, only about 12% of those, were works by women. Okay, so in other words, in the United States right now, almost all of the art that museums are showing is by men. This museum right here tries to change that. That was a pretty good hint. Okay, so remember, I'm downtown DC. The New York Presbyterian Church is just over there. That's the New York Presbyterian Church. The White House, where President Biden and Vice President Harris, where they work, is just over there. And then we have this museum. This awning is part of a building that is designed to really improve on the sad fact that the artwork that most museums show is largely created by men. So figure all that out. All right, my friends, with that, let's get it started. Another week. Just like always, let's be safe, let's be respectful, let's be responsible, just like every day, no matter where we are. Let's do some good today. Have a good one, Tigers.